Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, once household names due to their reality television presence on 19 Kids and Counting and its successor series Counting On, have quietly transitioned into a new chapter of life, one defined not by cameras or public scrutiny, but by the growing number of grandchildren in their ever-expanding family. As of 2024, the Duggars officially have more grandchildren than children, marking a significant milestone in their lives that speaks volumes about their values, faith, and vision for family. With 19 children of their own ranging from their eldest, Joshua, born in 1988, to Josiah, born in 2006, the Duggar family captured national attention for decades as one of America's most prominent examples of large family living rooted in conservative Christian beliefs. Their journey was broadcast into millions of homes, offering an intimate look at the joys and challenges of raising a massive brood. But now, as many of their children begin building families of their own, the focus has subtly shifted from the parents to the next generation and the one after that. The first grandchild arrived in 2015 when Jill Duggar Dillard welcomed her son, Israel David Dillard. Since then, the grandchild count has steadily climbed. By mid-2024, Jim Bob and Michelle are proud grandparents to over 20 grandchildren, surpassing their own 19 children. This shift is symbolic. It represents not only biological growth but also a natural evolution in the family story, from child-rearing pioneers to matriarchal and patriarchal figures guiding a multi-generational legacy. Each new birth within the Duggar clan is celebrated with quiet joy, often shared through social media updates, blog posts, or appearances on the extended family's podcast, the Duggar Family Podcast. While the spotlight has dimmed since the cancellation of Counting On in 2021 following controversies involving several family members including Josh Duggar's legal troubles, the family continues to maintain a loyal fan base that follows their lives through alternative platforms. Jill and Derek Dillard were among the first to embrace parenthood, having 3 children, Israel, Samuel, and Johanna. Their move to Arkansas after years abroad in Uganda and Mexico signaled a return to family roots, though they've maintained a slightly more independent lifestyle compared to some of their siblings. Their openness about parenting struggles and faith journeys has resonated with followers who appreciate their candidness amid the family's traditionally reserved public image. Jinger Vualo, another daughter known for stepping outside the family's insular world, has also become a mother. After marrying Jeremy Vualo, a former soccer player turned pastor, Jinger moved to California and gradually distanced herself from some of the stricter cultural norms she was raised with. She's been vocal about reevaluating aspects of her upbringing while still honoring her faith. The couple welcomed their daughter, Felicity.
Frequently shares snippets of daily life, baking, gardening, and celebrating holidays with her online audience, preserving the family's emphasis on simplicity and faith. Several other Duggar children are also parents. Johanna Duggar, married to Zach Pirtle, welcomed their first child, a son named Marcus Anthony, in 2023. The couple, known for their sweet demeanor and strong commitment to their beliefs, appear poised to grow their family in the years ahead. Abby Burnett, married to Luke Pirtle, Zach's brother, gave birth to their daughter, Lorna Celeste, in 2022, and their second child, a son named Jude, in 2024. Their joyful announcements reflect the ongoing expansion of the Duggar-Pirtle branch of the family tree. Other siblings, like Anna Duggar, Lauren Shumway, and Josiah Duggar, are either newly married or expecting, suggesting that the grandchild count will continue to rise rapidly. Even younger siblings such as John David, Jedediah, and Jeremiah, who once appeared as energetic boys on TV, are now young men navigating adulthood, relationships, and the expectations that come with being part of such a visible family. For Jim Bob and Michelle, this surge in grandchildren is more than just a numerical achievement, it's a fulfillment of deeply held beliefs. Central to their worldview is the idea that children are a blessing from God, a theme repeatedly emphasized throughout their public ministry and personal testimonies. They often quote Psalm 127 verses 3-5, which describes children as a heritage from the Lord and compares them to arrows in the hand of a warrior. To them, each grandchild is both a spiritual victory and a continuation of their mission to raise godly offspring who will, in turn, raise godly children. Michelle, in particular, has spoken about the joy of grandmotherhood. In interviews and social media posts, she describes holding newborns, helping with childcare, and teaching grandchildren simple Bible verses. Though she no longer blogs as frequently as she once did, her influence remains palpable. Her homemade jams, quilting projects, and carefully planned family gatherings continue to be touchstones of Duggar family culture. Jim Bob, who once balanced reality TV fame with running a roofing business and political aspirations, he served briefly in the Arkansas House of Representatives, now seems content to take a back seat, allowing his children and grandchildren to take center stage. Yet his role as patriarch remains vital. Family reunions, holiday celebrations, and prayer meetings still revolve around the parental home in Tontitown, Arkansas, a sprawling property that has hosted countless family events over the years. Despite the family's retreat from mainstream media, public interest hasn't entirely faded. True crime documentaries, investigative podcasts, and news coverage related to Josh Duggar's criminal case have kept the Duggars in the headlines for reasons far removed from their original brand of wholesome family entertainment. The scandal undoubtedly strained the family's reputation and led to internal fractures, including Jill and Derek's decision to distance themselves temporarily from certain family dynamics. Yet, through it all, the births of grandchildren have served as bright spots, reminders of resilience, renewal, and hope. Each new baby represents a fresh start, a symbol of continuity despite past turmoil. Fans who once tuned in for episodes about prom dresses and sibling squabbles now follow along for baby showers, nursery tours, and first steps, milestones that feel more authentic and universally relatable. Interestingly, the Duggar grandchildren are growing up in a vastly different environment than their parents did. While the older Duggar kids were raised in near-total separation from popular culture with limited internet access, no formal dating, and strict modesty standards, the grandchildren are being introduced to a somewhat more flexible world. Some of the younger parents incorporate technology into education, allow contemporary clothing, within reason, and engage in conversations about mental health and emotional well-being, topics rarely discussed in the family's earlier years. This generational shift doesn't signify a rejection of core values but rather an adaptation. The grandchildren may wear brighter colors than their mothers did, listen to a wider range of music, or attend co-ed playdates, but they're still being taught to pray, read the Bible, respect authority, and value family above all. Moreover, the Duggar name, once synonymous with TLC programming and conservative Christian subculture, is slowly transforming into something more nuanced. It's no longer just about how many kids one can have, it's about what kind of legacy those kids create. The grandchildren are the living embodiment of that legacy, each one a thread in a tapestry woven with faith, perseverance, and, at times, controversy. As Jim Bob and Michelle watch their descendants multiply, they likely reflect on how far they've come. From a young couple starting out in Arkansas with dreams of a big family to elders surrounded by great-grandchildren, should the current trajectory continue, their story is one of radical commitment to a specific way of life. Whether one agrees with their choices or not, the scale of their family is undeniably remarkable. Grandmotherhood has also given Michelle a new platform, not through television, but through quiet mentorship. She's seen passing down recipes, teaching sewing techniques, and offering advice on motherhood. Her kitchen, once featured on TV for its industrial-sized appliances, now serves as a hub for intergenerational bond. There's a bittersweet quality to this stage of life. With age comes reflection, and with a family this large, loss is inevitable. The Duggars have experienced tragedy, including miscarriages and the death of Michelle's mother, Lois Keller, in 2022. These moments have deepened their reliance on faith and strengthened familial bonds. Grandchildren, in many ways, help heal old wounds, bringing laughter to homes that have known sorrow. Looking ahead, it's clear that the Duggar family tree will keep growing. With 11 of the 19 children now married or engaged, and most in their childbearing years, the grandchild tally could easily reach 30 or more in the coming decade. Some speculate that future generations may further diverge from the strictures of the past, embracing greater individuality while still honoring their roots. But for now, Jim Bob and Michelle savor the present. They celebrate birthdays with homemade cakes, record milestones in handwritten journals, and gather the family for prayer before meals. The cameras may be gone, but the essence of their story remains, a belief that love, faith, and family are worth every sacrifice. In a cultural moment where many fear declining birth rates, delayed marriages, and fractured relationships, the Duggars stand as an anomaly, an example of intentional family building on a grand scale. Their journey invites questions about choice, belief, and the cost of living out one's convictions in the public eye. But beyond the debates and headlines, there is a simple truth: they wanted a big family, and now they have one that spans 3 generations. So yes, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar now have more grandchildren than kids. And in their eyes, that's not just a fun fact. It's a miracle. A promise fulfilled. A legacy in motion. Each grandchild carries forward a name, a story, and a set of values that began with 2 people who believed that more was always better: more love, more faith, more children, and now, more little feet running through the halls of their Arkansas home. The era of counting kids may be over, but the counting continues, grandchild by grandchild, heartbeat by heartbeat, as the Duggar family proves that for some, family isn't just a unit. It's a mission. And for Jim, Bob and Michelle, that mission is thriving.